What is this? Pine tree sap stones burned into amber on a mountain stone. Burned onto some poetic amber, I must clarify. The reaction captured here in this video occurred upon the reunion of two best friends whose influence on the other is so monumental, so large as in this mountain stone. Okay, let me restart. The reaction captured in this video, while a natural reaction, and I believe a chemical reaction, insofar as heat affects the tree sap and makes it more viscous. Wherefore, what once was a sticky, knobby sapstone is now a delicate, slimy mess, an alien life form atop the open face of a gigantic rock. Okay, so the reaction did not actually produce an amber stone, as in any whatever chemical nor empirical sense. So when my response to what is this is to mention amber, I mean amber poetically. What is that? What does poetically mean? Well, realize what I say, as in Maximus, realize I do not mean precisely what I'm saying. Please interpret the words of my answer however you will. Not all my words are meant nor intended as poetry. This is really very important. And for example, the word Solyaris. When I shout this word, Solyaris, there is an intended meaning. The intended meaning for the word Solyaris is religious, actually. The speech act of Solyaris, at least by me, is an expression of gratitude. Or in a more esoteric sense, Solyaris expresses spiritual acknowledgement, is an expression of spiritual acknowledgement. That is to say, Solyaris is quite literally an act of prayer. To be even more clear, because yes, both you and I are so gosh darn finicky about words, that even the notion that anything would have or could have a literal meaning is almost too slippery and too much to grasp. Anyway, Solyaris, to me, is a space future amen. Amen, in quotes, or not. I'm not sure. It acknowledges the holiness of all things as they happen. All things, whether certain or not, both certain and not, both physical and not, about elements and the physical phenomenon as they come together to be of our human experience, to inform our human experience, and to simply be together. This Solyaris, this acknowledgement, is an act of revelation. Solyaris revels in the full beauty that is the unknown, the full banality that is the unknown, the full fact that the unknown bits of human experience and what informs our human experience is everywhere, occurring regularly, daily, in small spaces, in large spaces, in any space. Any and all folks desiring further exposition, please watch the movie Stalker. So in our walk after dinner, mind you, to walk after dinner is me and Nick's routine. Nick and I experience Solyaris. We experience reveille by the particular forces interacting with the particular elements at hand, then and now captured here. Those particular elements being, pine tree sap, whatever makes up pine tree sap, I don't know. Fire, you probably know. Fire, stone, oxygen, and so on. The experience baffled me. Nick and I felt awestruck walking away from the scene as we returned home. Alas, there were limits, and there are still limits to our understanding about this experience, about what happened, what is happening in this video. The limits of understanding in this case, of our understanding in this case, are not dissimilar to the limits of understanding associated with words, what you're talking about, most generally. In either case, in both cases, we extend ourselves to understand the elements at hand, be them people talking, or the caustic chemicals that make up pine tree sap, the phonemes that my mouth creates to speak. We extend ourselves because we know that in doing so, the meaning of all the things expands. Wherefore, our understanding about all the things, words, elements, chemicals, what have you, is promised. Concrete understanding may never come, but serenity in relation to the words, their meaning, or the scene, its meaning, the scene of the pine sap changing, its beauty, that manifests eventually. Serenity manifests absolutely. So praise be to all elements and the forces that come together in this universe to create a happening, to inform our experience of that happening. Praise be to the beauty and the unknown therein. Solyaris, baebií.
Alright, count with the split.
Yeah, totally. Go up when you lift it. Yeah, there you go. Baby, good job.